I will kneel.
Pastor Joshua, tell us about your area. What's it like there? Why did you end up going to Sambuya?
When I went to Guinea, God's leading was amazingly clear. And specifically Sambuya village, what happened was I was praying, God, show us where there's no missionaries, where there's no churches, where we can go and make disciples. And I asked one of the missionary who's been there for like 35, 40 years, where in Guinea there's no missionaries, and he said to me, Farana area is the place. It's nearby our village. Farana is a place where there's no missionaries. So I said, oh, okay, I would try to go there. And then I asked the native pastors, I asked them, is there, the missionary told me Farana area does not have the missionaries, is that correct? And he said, yeah, you should go there. And it's a time where, you know, in the villages, there's no telephones, no cell phones, there's no way of connecting. And I got into a local taxi, and over the mountains, over the rivers, when I got to this Farana area, the pastor at the capital city told me, there is a small church in Farana, they might be able to help you. So when I got there, I was looking for this church. I was asking, where is the church? Where is church? And nobody knew. And then I was asking here and there, and then finally I was in the middle of the marketplace. Somebody called my name, Pastor Joshua. And I turned around. I looked at the man who I never seen in my life. And I said, do you? And language is very difficult at this time, right? We just arrived, and I didn't speak the language, and he didn't speak English much. And he kind of hand gesture everything, and he said, are you Pastor Joshua? Yes, I am Pastor Joshua. And then he says, I got a call from Conakry, big man is coming, big man, you know? And he told me that whatever he's doing, God has put a vision in his life that he came to do, so help him. That was it, right? So what happened was in 1994, God gave me the vision to start a boarding school in a place where there is no access, there's no running water, there is no church, right? And starting what we call M4 Mission Center. What it is Acts 1:8 talks about Jerusalem, Judea, Samaria, and to the ends of the earth, right? So category divides in M1, mission is Jerusalem. For you, it will be Bay Area right here, right? Right, South Bay. And Jerusalem, M2, Samaria, M3, to the ends of the earth is M4 missions. And God has been leading me to the village to do M4 missions. That's the passion that God has given to us. So when we got to this Farana village, it's a one gas station place, so it's a small place, right? When I got there, I told the small church leaders, I said to them, God sent me here to start a boarding school, and they said, oh, that's great. You know, tomorrow we will make an appointment with the governor, senator, and mayor. I will do that. I thought, it's already nighttime. How is he going to make an appointment the next day, right? The town was so small. That night, he went knocking on the door. Governor, this big man is here from America, and he will come tomorrow morning. So I met with all of them, and the mayor said this to me. If you want to start a school, you need a land, don't you? Why don't you go survey the land? I said, okay. Looking at the land wouldn't cost me anything, and I didn't have any money at the time, right? Just came to survey the area. I got to 2 locations, and when I went to the village that you just saw, right? Up the mountains, it was beautiful. I thought it would be a perfect place. And the person that was helping me out asked me, where do you want to start the land? And I was like thinking, what's happening right now, right? So I said, villagers over here, you know, all these mud houses over there, we don't want to be too close. About 100 yards away, I said, how about from here? And when I said that, they were digging the ground. And I was wondering, what is this guy doing, right? He put a cement brick on the place, and then he said to me, which direction and how many meters would you like? Now, by this time, we've been praying for almost 10 years, right? And I knew that God has given me this vision for about 30 days, so I knew that God would do it, but I didn't know how dramatically it would be done. I said we were thinking 300 meters by 300 meters. That's about, football, stadium size, big place, right? About 3 of them. And then the person who was helping me out, he said, Pastor, wouldn't it be great if it's bigger? So I said, should we do 500? I said, yeah, 500. Now, there's a lot of bushes and trees all over the place, right? So by this time, all these villagers came to watch me. They call me white man. Chuba means white man. They cannot distinguish. They never seen a white man before. They call me white man. Now I represent all the Caucasians in this room, right? So I was there and I said, okay. And then these villagers are all around us. And this mayor, the people who are working with the mayor said to them, go get the axe, all the tools. Let's work on this, right? And we didn't even have to pay anything. These people brought axes and everything. They were cutting 500 meters. It took a whole day. And then they measured the area. And then when they got to the 500 meters, they dug a ground again, put a brick there. Initially they said, we got to buy 4 bricks. I didn't know why they were buying the 4 bricks. They wanted to put the corners. But the sun was setting, and they put the 2 bricks, and they told me, the other 2, we can do without you. We know what to do. Let's go down and make a document for you. Now remember this, I got there Thursday. Friday, I was at the field, right? And then tomorrow is a Saturday. The next day is a Saturday. And I said, no way these people are gonna. And the Muslim, they have a prayer meeting at 2 o'clock, and they shut down all the offices for Sunday, Saturday, right? Until Monday, it won't be. And then my schedule was a Saturday. I need to go back to the city, and then I'm coming back to the U.S. And there's no way I thought document would be ready. It was already at nighttime on Friday, right? Next morning, on Saturday, I was going to get a bus ticket, and the man who was working with me said, oh, Pastor, it's ready. And I said, what's ready? I wasn't expecting it. He took me to his office. There's nothing there, just the desk, right? He put the drawer open. He took out a blueprint. Nowadays with the computers, we don't use blueprints anymore. But in 20, 30 years ago, when you want to build something, you have blueprints, right? He made 3 copies, and governor's stamp signature was on it. Mayor's signature. I was so stunned by this event. I took this document and I got into this small taxi, coming back to our Conakry. I was just crying. God Almighty put plan in my heart, and God just gave us the 500 meters by 500 meters land for free. That's how we ended up in Sambia village. And